Back out in the sweet corn patch. We got a huge crew today because I talked Joel into getting out of bed early to come help. We got Allie up there driving, Emma, Steven, Nate, Elijah, Alan, and Joel back there. So we're doing 5 rows at a time. We got 20 rows left here, so it'll work out just right with 5 rows being done on each pass. We are currently picking, oh gosh, I just got hit. That's what happens when you stand on the wagon. We are currently picking the variety Cosmic. We got 8 rows left here, and then we got 12 rows of Stamina. These are both new varieties for me. I know I've seen in the comments in the past that some of you have grown Cosmic and said you really liked it. It's a nice big ear, it snaps fairly easy. I noticed the husk is a little bit loose and poofy, which isn't a problem, it's just a characteristic I'm noticing about Cosmic. And it actually might be good for the way we toss it in the wagons, because you know, when you got a really tight husk with no give, we do get a couple damaged kernels from time to time. But with this poofier husk, we can throw it and be confident that the corn is not going to get damaged when it lands in here. When we do get damaged corn, it's because the shank comes down and punctures another ear that's already in a wagon. That's the only time we get damage, or if one smacks the sideboard real hard. But other than that, you know, having carpet around the sideboards and these pool noodles on the chain, we really don't get any damage. What do you think about the second ears? You find any good second ears?
No.
Okay, the second ears are not looking good. They have some blank tips, maybe poor pollination, just not filled out as good as the number 1 ear, the primary ear. You have to have perfect growing conditions to be able to harvest that second ear. For a home grower, home gardener, just wanting to freeze and can some corn, the second ears would be great. But we have to have a number 1 perfectly marketable ear to think about harvesting that second ear. And we've been in slight drought conditions for probably the last couple weeks, and when that happens, you are not going to get a good second ear. Now, if we irrigated, that'd be a different story, but we are completely relying on natural rainfall for all of our sweet corn and green beans. And it does cause us to get lower yields sometimes, but that's the price we pay for not having overhead irrigation. That's a huge investment. There's a lot of corn out here. I am noticing that Cosmic is really tall. I mean, we got 7.5 foot tall corn out here. Some of the tallest corn we've grown this year. Stamina looks pretty tall too. That's the next block over. This is the patch we harvested, 2 weeks ago maybe. Anthem and Xanadu and another one. This was the corn that was topped by deer. Like 3/4 of it, or at least half of it, was topped. The deer were chomping the tops off, so we had a lot of corn stalks that didn't have a tassel sticking up, but we got great pollination and actually got a halfway decent harvest out of there. There was enough tassels left to pollinate all the corn, or it was already pollinated before the deer ate the tassels off the top. We just had some grass pressure out here that caused our yields to be down a little bit. All right, I'm gonna hop down there and start picking, and we'll see you back up at the barn to unload some sweet corn. Back up here at the barn, we just about have wagon load number 1 done. And then we got a, 2/3 of a load back there in the second wagon. So we finished up those 20 rows and went into our new patch, which is for Labor Day week and weekend, and it just wasn't quite ready. So today's Wednesday. I was hoping to pick a bunch on Thursday, but we're gonna have to let it ripen up. So Friday is gonna be a big day. Not only will we be picking zucchini and cucumbers and peppers and eggplant and cantaloupes, we'll also have to pick a huge load of bicolor sweet corn. I was hoping to divide it up between Thursday and Friday, but since it's not gonna be ripe enough, we're gonna give it 2 days to ripen, and then we'll have a huge pick on Friday. As soon as we finish up packing the corn, we'll be hopping on this wagon to go pick up our cantaloupes. I don't need 8 bins. I just have them on there because they all have a layer on the bottom of old bad cantaloupes that didn't get sold last weekend. So we're gonna get those thrown out. We'll probably only be filling 2 bins with cantaloupes today, and we'll fill the rest of them with seedless watermelon. All right, I got everybody here packing corn. We're gonna ask them a few questions. I know a lot of my viewers have been wondering why more of them are not talking more, so we're gonna see what they have to say about working here at Wishwell Farms. So everybody be thinking about what is your favorite part of this job and your least favorite part of this job. Let's start with Elijah.
My favorite is catching melons. My least favorite is picking field tomatoes.
Yep, okay, good one. All right, we'll go right down the line. Allie, you got anything?
My favorite is picking it's a cherry or grape?
Oh, really? The grape tomatoes.
The grapes, the little ones.
Do you have a little bit of Russian in you? I had a Russian lady work for me for 10 years, and that was her favorite job.
No,
picking grape
like
tomatoes.
Picking them.
Yeah, okay. And your least favorite?
Anything out in the field.
Okay. It's understandable, because it can be hot and miserable out there, that's for sure. All right, Emma's been here for almost 2 full seasons now.
Favorite, starting the greenhouses and Worthington and Farmers Market. Least favorite, squash.
Like,
Picking it, well, picking it up.
yeah, like the zucchini squash?
No, like
oh,
the
the winter squash. Oh, okay. Maybe that was because it was just me and you doing it last year.
That's probably true.
All right, Alan, what do you think?
My favorite part is probably working with the crew here. I mean, it's a good team effort.
Yep.
And the worst thing I hate is the mud when it clobbers all over your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Adds about 10, 15 pounds to
It does. That's a good one. All right, Steven.
I'd say my favorite part is constantly moving, keeping active, always something to do.
Yep.
And least favorite part, probably when the sun gets like 90 degrees or humidity. It's horrible.
Yep. Takes it out of you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, we got Nate over here. He's finishing up his final week. He's going back to school, starting football. What do you think?
Favorite part is making fun of Steven for breaking the truck.
That wasn't even my fault.
Least favorite is picking zucchini when it's muddy.
All right, good one. Yeah, picking anything out in the field when it's muddy is not very fun. And the heat and humidity sucks, that's for sure. And he was referring to breaking my truck. What happened is
It was my fault.
the drive shaft twisted off. I'll have to show you guys that. My 91 GMC is out in the field right now. It's been sitting there all week. So the drive shaft was about as thick as a pop can. I don't know how it hung on as long as it did, but it twisted in half about 6 inches above the rear differential. And I think instead of putting a new drive shaft on, my brother and I are just going to weld a piece of pipe over it. We're gonna get it as straight as we can, weld it back together with a piece of pipe. It might not be perfectly centered, but it's only a field truck. It never goes over 5 or 10 miles an hour. So we're gonna give that a shot first before I go looking for a old used drive shaft to replace it with. So this is my 91 GMC. It has been on the farm since 1996. I think that's 29 years. So this truck has been through the ringer and seen it all. I used to haul melons and squash and pumpkins to a produce auction 2.5 hours away with this truck pulling a gooseneck trailer. And it was a great truck for me. But now, for the last 10 years, it has just been a farm truck. Let me show you this drive shaft. So I don't even have insurance or tags on this truck anymore. It is strictly for field use only. Wow, you can see how thin that is. There ain't much there. And now that I'm looking at this a little closer, I can see that the joint is completely worn out. This yoke, I forget what you call that. Man. So what I'll probably do is get a piece of pipe, slide it up on here, then slide it back over here, and just try to weld it together. We'll get her rigged up so she can at least drive around through the field. That's all I need it for. She don't need to be roadworthy. The day this happened, the guys were bringing it up out of the field with zucchini and cucumbers in it, I believe. And I was up at the barn waiting on them, and I saw them stop here, and I was like, what in the world are they doing? So I zoomed down here on the Ranger because I saw them get out and start to walk back. So I knew something happened to the truck, but I did not expect that. we will get her taken care of. Oh, I know what I was gonna ask you guys. I'm pretty sure I can drive this to my shop if I engage the 4-wheel drive. Is that safe to do? Am I gonna damage anything or hurt anything driving this a half mile down through the field to our workshop on the other side of those trees where me and Joel can weld it together? I think it'll be all right if I just go slow. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. All right, final question for everybody before we move on to something else here. Have you learned anything while working out here? Has it been any kind of a learning experience for you? On the spot.
Yeah, like different like diseases and stuff when we're picking like the vegetables and stuff.
Okay.
I never really knew anything about them because I never had any experience until this job.
Since I put you on the spot, if you think of anything else when I come back around to you, you can let me know. What about Allie?
I mean, not great at it, but I've learned how to drive a tractor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
how to drive the truck and trailer. Never driven a diesel or anything before. So all that's new for me.
Okay. Yeah, every year I have to show people how to pull a trailer to market, to our satellite location. And I've shown 16 to 17-year-olds how to do it. So anybody can do it. It just need a little bit of training, a little bit of experience, and they usually get it down pretty good.
It's a lot easier.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
You need some more time?
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything that they've learned while they've worked out here?
I've seen everything. This is my first time ever working on a farm, so
Yeah.
this is like a very new experience, but I love it though.
Good deal. You have something else?
Yeah, setting up and running a market by myself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had a little experience from last year, but not a ton,
Right,
so.
right. Nate or Alan, anything you want to add?
All the stuff that like eats all the plants and stuff.
Oh, the bugs and diseases and things?
Yeah.
Watermelon, how to pick a sweet watermelon.
There you go.
Never knew that before, so.
Good deal. You can use that the rest of your life.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting on Emma. She thinks she knows it all because she has a college degree from the Ohio State University. Well, you're just about
shy,
graduated.
yeah. Probably the quantity it takes of everything. Like how many plants it takes for a row of tomatoes.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get like how many boxes.
Okay. Yep, that's a good one. And that's something I have to nail down pretty precisely every year so I don't overplant or underplant. We only got one bin of cantaloupe today. One heaping bin. So we're just mixing them all together. Smalls, mediums, and larges all in one bin because we are running out of space in our cooler. As soon as I finish that up, we're gonna hop on the flatbed wagon, go get zucchini and cucumbers. And we are going to be starting patch number 3 today. Our third and final patch of 2025. Usually it doesn't come on until after Labor Day, so it's about a week ahead, just like patch number 2 of the cantaloupes. So if it is decent harvesting out of patch number 3, we're gonna have to let patch number 2 go. But I don't think there's gonna be a lot in there yet. It's just getting started. Sometimes the first flush of zucchini that come on, like the first picking of a new patch, they're kind of black and dark and have a hard shell, almost like a gourd kind of. So we'll rip those off and throw those aside. And then the nice, shiny, sleek, classy ones will come on for the next picking. So there's probably a few out there right now, but most of them are those kind of ugly black ones that a lot of times we have to just tear off and throw back in the field. And if we don't get a lot out of that patch, we will go back into patch number 2. I don't want more than 16 tubfuls. So these green crates right here, the 1.5 bushel tubs, 16 is all I want. I really don't want any right now because we're pretty loaded up in the cooler, but you know, obviously we can't skip a harvest. We have to keep picking it. Otherwise it's gonna get too big and ripe and then it just screws up everything else for the following harvest every other day throughout the rest of August and September. So we'll see how it is when we get down there, get that all picked, and then we're gonna move out into the watermelon and at least get one bin for my mobile market trailer tomorrow. And tomorrow, Thursday, will be our huge watermelon and green bean day. We're out here at our new zucchini patch. And I'll show you what we mean by big and black and ugly. Yeah, here. So see how it's got this skinny little stem, and they're just really dark and hard shelled, almost like a gourd. You could probably still make zucchini bread out of it, but we want to get these off so the nice ones come on. And we are getting some nice ones. See, Emma's got some really pretty looking zucchini there. So we got 2 rows of zucchini, 2 rows of cucumbers, and 1 row of giant ragweed. They got out of control. I need to bring my bush hog out here and mow these down before they go to seed. Yeah, that's good. We definitely don't need everybody out here doing this simple job, but we're all kind of staying together now because we're down to 1 crew instead of splitting up doing 2 or 3 crews. We're just keeping everybody together, do every job real quick and move on to the next one. We're going through the new cucumber rows now. There's not very many out there, but there are a few, so we need to at least get them out of the field so they don't get too big for Friday's harvest. They'll be a lot better by Friday. And the old patch is just right over there on the other side of the zucchini. We're still going to go through it one more time. I needed 1 bin of watermelon for tomorrow morning. So we just rode up about 40 or 50. I'm gonna get them loaded up real quick and we'll be about done for the morning. It's got some really nice size. A lot of watermelon out there. If you're wondering where Emma's at, she's right over there by the pickup truck, getting me a tub and a half of eggplant. Because our green and white trailer right over there is going to the Honda market today. And I need eggplant on there. All right, back up to the barn to wash cucumbers and we're done. Looks like Emma just wrapped up picking eggplant. Perfect timing. Hoping to get about 10 or 15 bins out of here tomorrow. There's a bunch. All right, all the harvesting is finished for today. And I actually just finished packing up our Honda R&D trailer. We only have 1 more week. Next Wednesday, the Wednesday prior to Labor Day weekend, will be our final trip to the Honda market with this trailer. And then 1 final Saturday after that, I think it's the 30th of August, the last Saturday before Labor Day weekend. And then this trailer will be put away for the season. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you thought of hearing from all the employees over here this morning while they were packing up corn. Did you folks enjoy that? If you did, let me know down in the comments below. I know I haven't done a lot of that this year, so that was kind of fun. And it even got me thinking about doing a live stream with all of them tomorrow, which is Thursday, because we have several employees that will be ending their season here this week and next week. So tomorrow morning is kind of my last chance to have all of them together to do a live stream. So if I ended up doing the live stream, which will be probably 4, 5, or 6 days prior to you seeing this video right now, check out the description box below and look for the link for that live stream. So I'm really curious to hear what you guys thought, so don't forget to drop me a comment. This is where we're gonna wrap this one up today, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again next time, down on the farm.